Welcome back to this week's episode. Firstly, I just want to apologise for the lack of content over the last few weeks. Well, it's been more than weeks. It's been 2 to 3 months, I should say. For those of you not in Australia that wouldn't know, we had a severe lockdown where it stopped me from working for any non-essential services. So we weren't able to work, but I was able to push out a lot of content at the time. So that dried up. I did do a lot of filming over the last few months, but we have not been able to get any editing done or anything like that and get any videos posted. So I want to do that for you now and enjoy. So we are back full swing now. We've had a crazy last 3 months. We've essentially, the lockdowns started in July, so we've been trying to fit 6 months of work in the last 3 months coming to Christmas now. So it'll be a worthy few weeks off, so we'll see how we go, but at least I can get some editing done and things like that for you. So as you probably saw in the intro, today's episode we're talking about Mark 7 harnesses for Mark 7.5 tail lights. So these specifically work on Mark 7 Golfs, either halogen or LED from factory, if you want to upgrade to genuine 7.5 tail lights. So these are, they do require coding, but they are plug and play requiring it. So you follow the instructions that will be sent with the items, install it, run the wiring all correctly at the first time, get it all working, do some coding, and things will work just like they should. Also worth mentioning, these harnesses do make the sequential indicators work perfectly, correctly the first time. So there's no issues with that. Sequential indicators do work with this harness. These harnesses are available at many resellers that specialise in Volkswagen and Audi stuff around Australia. Send us a message if you'd like to reach out to any of them. We can get these organised for you, sent out with instructions and support by me if required. So they do come with written instructions, but if you ever get stuck or something doesn't make sense, I'll give you the options. You can reach out to me for some personalised assistance if required. We can send these out to anywhere in the country, so don't let that fool you. Just because I'm based in Sydney, we sell these across Australia and have done so for almost 2 years now. So we'll run over the install process quickly. So run the wiring correctly through the channels. Don't try to connect this harness in the boot just to see if it works, because once you've pop these pins into the adapters, you need a special tool to release them. So without that, you can't complete the install. So run all the wiring through the right channels the first time round. Then at least you can give it a test. If things don't work out, you can always just unplug the harness and plug your original ones back in and seek some assistance from either myself or a professional shop. So that it is something that it's not a make or break situation. You can get these in, code them, test them, see how they go, and if there's any dramas, we can then go from there. So any shop around any Volkswagen Audi specialist can install these. I've dealt with quite a few of them interstate. So like everyone does, there's a few questions that are asked the first time around, but once they've done them once or twice, they have no issues going forward. And it's not about the install. I mean, anyone can run some wiring. It's not that hard. It's the actual delicate part to the whole process is removing and the trim panels. There are special clips. If they don't come out correctly, they lead to rattling, they break, they do all sorts of things. So if you're not confident in removing and reinstalling the trim, seek professional assistance. They can, there is a fine line between yanking on the trim too hard or just enough, essentially. So that's something that I do want to reiterate, just to be very careful when installing. Enjoy the video. Just running through the install. There are quite a few things that I'm not going into detail about how to install them and things like that. There are certain things I do. So if you do want more information about the install process, let me know. Reach out to me through the information in the description, and I'm more than happy to help. So do go through them and enjoy the video. Do go through all my other videos. If you like to, there's quite a few interesting things across all VWs and Audis, so I do hope you guys enjoy it. One last thing before we move into the installation, I just want to reiterate, when putting the trim back on, there are metal clips and things like that. Be careful not to catch any of the harness in when reinserting the trim. Potentially, if they pierce, they can short circuit the vehicle, short circuit tail lights, potentially even break taillights, blow taillights, and things like that. So do take note, make sure everything's zip tied correctly, out of the way from the trim pieces as you're reinstalling them, because that could lead to some severe issues with the car and that's something that you need to be careful of during the install process. So just thought I'll let you know on that. That's really the only big issue with the thing, is just make sure when you're reinstalling all the trim, just take due diligence and you'll be fine. It's quite a simple process, as you'll see in the video. Enjoy it, guys, and enjoy the next few weeks of content. Thanks.